Good evening, ladles and jelly spoons, and welcome to the Cardboard Castle. We've got a little good news for you and a little bad news for you this evening. The bad news is, as with any new production, we've had some difficulties in our production pipeline, and we just weren't able to make up for the gap before we took some time off for the holidays. We'll have some new Paper Stars content for you again in February, but never fear. The good news is that we have an extra special game DM'd for us by our very own Blake Sanford back in 2020 on our Twitch channel that we all enjoyed the hell out of, that we've dusted off just for you. I know we all enjoyed the hell out of that game, and I think you will too. So, without further ado, please enjoy the first half of Ashes to Ashes. Oh no, oh no. Ari's thirsting, it's fine.
Oh no, it's...
Thirst in the chat.
Oh no, oh, I hadn't even checked. Oh god.
It's
oh
fine.
no.
But
I am super not watching the chat, so...
Yeah.
I could just check to make sure everything's okay.
I can watch the chat because I'm not GMing. I can pay attention. This is going to be bad for me. But without further ado, I'm going to hand it off to the illustrious Blake Sanford, who is going to
Illustrious
GM
is
for
a
us
word.
tonight. It is a word.
You're
going to be saying a lot of words very soon.
There's no ill, just illustrious,
Yes.
that's all.
So I am GMing a special one-shot tonight.
I'm excited.
It's I like the stuff that I came up with, and we'll see how you guys do with it. There may or may not. Yeah, but I mean, how well you fare against my trials and tribulations.
Oh, we're gonna die. We're gonna die.
Maybe
it's okay.
you.
It's okay.
It may, depending on how it turns out, it may lead into a part due at some point.
Ooh.
So we'll see about that. But for now, we will go into a little bit of an intro of the area and what's going on here. So the city of Ashbrook sits perched upon the mountainside along the only relatively safe pass into the Ash Valley, a large valley bordering on basin within the Ash Peak Mountains. Being only a couple of days off of one of the region's main trade routes, the Silver Thread, combined with the Ash Peak's unique resources and scenic views, has led to Ashbrook's steady growth. The city has an exaggerated divide between the rich and the poor. This is due mainly to the influx of wealthy people moving here for the beautiful views or the ability to profit from the export of the resources found here. The majority of the remainder of the populace consists on the exploited workers harvesting those resources. The majority of the city is built within the long-abandoned husk of a giant's outpost. Most of the work in Ashbrook is found in the mines off of the stronghold, or in some light logging from the outskirts of the Ash Valley entrance. However, for more daring folk, the valley itself holds great potential for wealth. Despite this area's relative lack of dangerous creatures, the valley is not for the average person. Its threats are less physical and more mystical, be it an ancient curse, fluke side effect of the convergence of ley lines, a powerful entity protecting its home, or planar dissonance. Traveling in the Ash Valley holds the risk of making one lose their mind, coming back broken, if at all. The camera pans into the city proper of Ashbrook, a large, on scale of humanoids, building built into the mountainside, carved out of the stone itself. The main entryway is very large, because it's giant scaled, and has been filled with buildings that have popped up. The very entrance is an almost open-air marketplace, with stalls set up selling all sorts of various goods for anyone traveling by on the Silver Thread that wants a respite. On one of the walls on all of the walls, there are some very intricate mural work that has been relatively left alone because of the quality of the craftsmanship. One particular one stands out as it is more recent than the others, it seems, and also made of extremely valuable materials. Luckily, it's position high up on the wall, and the city's desire to keep it untouched. It's been well looked after and left alone. But it appears to be that of a large, formless, dark creature with many tentacles of darkness sprouting from it that seem to reach into the heads of creatures, causing them to fight amongst each other, kill themselves, or wander aimlessly around. As the mural continues, it shows a group of giants of all different types, seemingly meeting together and working together, which is very rare for giants, as they have a pretty stringent caste system, and forging a spear that seems to be very well made. It is basically the actual carving on the mural is laced with pretty much every valuable material you could imagine, from gemstones to mithril to adamantine to platinum. It is resplendent. We zoom in a little bit closer to a modest-looking building that we see a man, a tabaxi, a cat folk man, ebony fur with a red lion's mane and crystal blue eyes, standing at the entrance. He's talking to someone interested in his services. Your name was...
Peace.
I don't remember your name. Peace. Oh yeah, Peace. Piece of the puzzle.
Piece of the puzzle. That's my name.
He seems to be speaking with this commoner about. He is basically proselytizing the good word of Ayun.
Okay.
We
Jehovah's
hear a
Witness, I get
shout.
it.
We hear a shout from down the road, as a thief, obvious by the dark clothing, hood up, carrying a purse that obviously does not go with his outfit, running down the street, being quickly followed by, if Dakota would like to describe their character.
Yes. A tall-ish, dark red-skinned tiefling woman wearing fairly heavy armor. Or no, not heavy armor, half-plate armor. That's, fairly well made. It's nothing, fancy, but, with this big fuck-off sword just on their back.
Anime, just clown fucking Buster sword.
Not quite, but
yeah.
you could imagine it that way. I'm sure she'd be pleased.
She
And
wishes it was.
right, with her horns kind of curl back and kind of sweep back on her head, and she's got her hair braided into this high Dutch braid that goes down her back. But that is Tarah.
Are you shouting after this thief to stop?
Yeah. No, actually, no, I don't think she is. I think she's just taken off, just
Following.
That's almost worse when someone's running after you and they're not saying anything, just staring forward. Big heavy footsteps, I'm coming for you, bitch.
It seems as though this thief is going to run right past the front of your establishment, Peace.
As I'm proselytizing, I'll be like, just one quick moment, and I will turn and I will cast Hold Person on him, on the thief.
All right. Let's make a wisdom save.
Yeah, make a wisdom save. DC is...
I got a 12.
My DC is 15, so you stop right in your tracks and get...
The thief freezes mid-step
Oh.
as Tarah just plows into him.
Oh yeah, I just spear tackle the guy.
Yeah. Realizing that you probably can't stop in time, so you just divert it to a tackle and call it a day.
Yeah.
as they both crumple to the ground, the camera zooms slightly off to the background to see a hooded figure peek its head around the corner that this thief came from. What can they see beneath your hooded, your darkened hood?
Well, I see a bit of a snout stick out, jet black fur. You might be able to see a bit of like a light gray, kind of like leopard almost-ish pattern on his fur, but kind of dissipates into the black.
Just staring with confusion more than anything else, and just an apathetic like, okay, just gonna wait now. Just sort of
Permanent
chilling. Are you going to approach the scene, or are you just gonna wait over where you were?
I'm just.
I'll-
Oh, you.
oh,
Sorry.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'm just gonna kind of slowly
Redacted.
walk over.
Um.
But I'm gonna be safe distance back.
Okay.
Like hiding behind a lamppost.
Pretty much. Slinking from object to object.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah, basically.
Yeah.
Despite the obvious shiftiness of your appearance, you're pretty well known around here, enough to where people know that you're not up to no good. And they leave you alone for the most part. Though you do notice a lot of people like trying to peer beneath your hood to try and see if they can figure out any more details about you that they haven't been able to crack until this point.
And I'll just look away when that happens.
It's like, we know she's not a threat, but sorry.
He,
They.
but curious.
No one knows.
nonetheless. Yeah.
Bum, bum, bum.
What would you guys like to do?
I will finish up my conversation with the commerce. Yeah, I highly recommend Mandrake's remarks. Especially chapter 17. He really gets into the good details of the self-governance, and you'll enjoy it.
Yes, that seems quite interesting. Do you happen to have a copy of it?
Oh, I'm sure I do. Here, I think I better go check on that. I'll send a message off to my acolyte, and they can probably get you taken care of.
Thank you.
Like, as they're having this polite conversation, Tarah just like grabs this guy by the shirt and like slams him into the wall. Like takes the purse to like hand off to Redacted over there.
Yeah, he's paralyzed for quite a while.
Yeah.
For
I just
like
like
a
slam him
solid
into the wall.
45 seconds.
I slam him into the wall and go, "What the fuck is your problem?"
And I would probably start hobbling over, like, way more than the other two have ever remembered me doing so. But yeah, I would come around the corner and be, "Oh, Tarah, doing the good work, I suppose."
Oh, hey, how's it going, Peace?
Oh, not too bad. It's a kind of waxes and wanes each day, but not terrible. As you see me, like, kind of, I have a cane now that I hold on to. That I'm. You see my cheeks, even like from the last time you saw me. You see my cheeks are like a little bit sallow. My eyes are just a little bit more sunken than you remember. My frame used to be much larger, but now is a little bit shrunken from what you used to. I'm still 6'5" and somewhat imposing height-wise, but otherwise not the same tabaxi you remember. Do you want me to drop the spell on him, or you got this?
As you say that, he sort of shakes free of it. He's like,
"Oh, he's got it."
Sorry.
What the fuck is your problem, man? What the fuck?
I'm poor. I need money. I need food.
Then fucking don't just steal from people, jeez. God. There's so many ways, like... Okay.
So by then, I'm gonna approach and grab the purse and just see if like everything's hopefully in it still, or if maybe there's like no money in it, or maybe he took anything.
Do a quick investigation check.
Oh god.
How old does this kid look?
Investigation.
Yep.
How How old is this guy?
4.
Wow.
I don't know a lot about purses.
Everything's there.
What's a purse?
Yeah, literally. What's a purse? There's different pockets.
Oh my god, it has more than one pocket?
That is
Oh my
how
God,
those
it
That's a
opens?
cool design. Who came up with that?
Wow, Louis Vuitton?
Louis Vuitton?
Louis Vuitton. Yep, it's canon.
The
Louis
Indian
Vuitton.
world?
Louis Vuitton?
Um,
Is that a general?
Louis
Patton?
Vuitton.
Louis
Yeah,
Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis Vuitton.
Louis
Very
Vuitton. It's a
nice.
thing.
Canon.
Anyway.
This kid's
Change
probably
bridge.
like 15 or 16.
Kid, where are your parents?
Starving to death.
Where? Physical place,
And he-
location.
He points.
Places have names.
In the
I stare off
at
into the
home
distance where he's pointing.
in the housing district over there.
Narrow it down.
Hold on, I'll be right back. And I'm gonna hobble off back towards the temple, and I'm gonna try and grab a little bit of gold for the kid.
Oh.
While you do that, I like turn him around and I
Wow.
want to like bind his hands and just like fireman carry him, like just stick him up on my shoulder. It's like we're taking him home.
He's not resisting. He's
Yeah.
not resisting at this point. He knows he's way out of his league on this. He thought it was gonna be an easy target, and yeah, not so much.
for that.
As Tarah is fireman carrying him away, I'll kind of limp back out, and I will try and find a pocket on him before Tarah walks away, and just stuff like 20 gold from the church.
Oh.
That's a lot of money.
Wow.
It is, but as my imposing friend said, it's not great to steal. If you want to get some learning so you can get some better jobs, come to me. I might be able to hook you up with some people, okay?
You are both the nicest and most like businessman type person.
Gotta
You're
be repping
taking
that-
every opportunity to bring people in.
Gotta be
at the
repping
same
the church,
time.
man.
Yeah.
Jehovah's
He doesn't see how much you put in there, but he nods at you like, yes, of course I'll do that, definitely, for sure. How much you believe that, up to you.
Yeah.
It might be more believable once he actually sees how much you put in his pocket. But for now, he's assuming you put a handful of copper in there and called it good.
Yeah,
But-
I'm sure. I think we probably have enough in our coffers. We can probably we have alms for the poor. We have at least a little bit for it.
Mhm.
You've put a lot of your own reward money that you've received for a lot of your work into the temple.
It's all kind of
So-
cyclical. So it's all the church
Yeah.
taking care of me, and I'm taking care of the church. So
Yeah.
I'm-
Well, and most of the people that come to you for help and that give to your services
mhm.
are people like that anyway.
Yeah,
So you figure it'll make its way back to you.
yeah.
Mhm.
Good karma.
Yeah. So as you're turning to stalk off with this teenager on your shoulder,
It's more of a jaunt, more of a skip than a stalk. But
Okay.
yeah.
Take care, Tara.
Yeah.
as you turn, a very fidgety looking gnomish man skids up next to you and is like,
Oh, sorry, I
hi-
didn't. I almost
yeah,
ran you over.
Sorry, my bad. Sorry. Sorry. I'm
You're fine.
sorry.
You're
You're
fine, friend.
and he looks over and he sees redacted behind you, aka Tito, and and Peace off to the side, who seems to be about to go back to his business, and he's like, actually, all the three of you, I needed all three of you, which is perfect. You're here. You're good. We're good. Sorry, that was loud. The lady needs your help.
The who now?
The lady. Sorry. Lady Rochemont, the lady of the house that I work for.
Do I know this bitch?
You've.
That was
Smart.
entirely Dakota.
Oh my
That was
God, I was gonna
Tarah
let
would
you-
not say that.
Damn it.
a little character break on that. It was hilarious, but you've probably, the three of you probably know the names of most of the richer families that live here.
Mhm.
The Rochemons especially stand out, though. They are a family of Aarakocra who've taken up roost basically just above the just above the top level of the outpost. But have kind of mined out a tunnel entrance into the outpost to be part of the city. And yeah, so he's like, you know of them. They don't. Other than that, they don't seem to stand out much. They're not. They're one of the ones that are just basically here for the view and for the fun, and not like they don't own a mining corporation here or anything like that. They're just wealthy because they're wealthy.
Yeah.
So yeah, he's like I was sent to get you. 3.
Can I drop this kid off first, or should I let him go?
I mean, it's up to you.
I mean, I'd have to walk all the way. But I'm sending him back to his parents.
I was told
he's in
it's
timeout.
Really a big deal that you get there as quickly as possible. So
I turn and look at Tito.
You can if you want. It's up to you.
I turn and look at Tito. Should I just let the kid go?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, and I set him down. And I grab him by the shoulders. You're going straight home. And you're not going to take anything on the way there, okay?
He nods very enthusiastically.
Do I believe him?
Roll an insight check.
I would be standing right behind you, just
both of you roll an insight check.
Yeah.
Can I actually as well?
Yeah, sure.
Oh my goodness.
Oh, come on, load the page.
First roll, not great.
I got a 2, but plus 4, 6.
21.
I got an 11.
All of you think he's being genuine.
Okay.
Okay.
Tarah, you get the idea that he's not convinced that he will never take anything again, but on the way home he definitely won't.
And I kind of shake his shoulders a little bit. Not violently, I'm your cool aunt who wants you to not commit crimes anymore. I shake his shoulders a little bit and get up into his face, and it's there are better things to do than stealing, okay? If you need help, you can come find me. I'll help you. But just
I'm mouthing right behind Tarah. Yes, you agree with her.
He kind of looks you up and he calms a little bit for a second. He gets very appraising and looks you up and down for a second and looks over at Peace. Is okay.
Now go home.
Before he leaves, I'm gonna walk up. I'm not gonna say anything. I'm just gonna give him a little head pat.
Is there anything magical in that head pat, or are you just giving him a head pat?
I'm just giving him a head
pat.
He's taken aback for a second, and then he kind of does this sort of thing to try and get a better look at you.
Okay, now go home.
Yeah, and he leaves.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, hey there, Tito.
So if you want to if you can follow me this way.
Lead the way.
So.
And I'll turn to him. I'll say, so just to be clear, did you ask for us at the shrine, or did she ask for me specifically? Because I can send my acolyte.
Just you.
Just me. Oh,
yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Let me go. Let me go tell my acolyte that I'm gonna be gone for a little bit, and I'll be right back, and we can get going.
Yeah. Sorry.
I'll get her off for a second.
Is this acolyte someone I know about, or is this new?
You've probably met him.
Okay. Okay. Did you just acquire a person?
Yes, I did acquire a person. Yeah, no,
Unlike Eric, he did not buy a slave, so... Anyway.
I have to make something up. Yeah, so I actually have a... I have a half-elf kid who is kind of my protege, who's on their way to being... going to be the one who's going to take over the shrine, especially after, like, my close contact with death.
Fair enough.
That they're the ones who are going to take over as the primary investigator and point of contact for the shrine. So
he's phasing himself into the background for a supporting role.
Yeah, becoming old man and letting Terry McGinnis take over. So that's what's happening.
So you guys, the two of you are kind of waiting as he hobbles off to go speak with his acolyte. And the gnomish guy seems like very agitated. If you want to roll an insight, you can. If not,
Fuck yeah.
He's basically just like tapping his foot and like looking back constantly and like.
A little bit longer because I know that he was agitated, and I want to make him sweat it out a little bit.
12.
10.
12.
And 12.
12.
Yeah, 10 and 12.
You can't really suss out exactly why he's agitated. He seems very like he wants to get this over with.
Okay.
But he's also like every time he meets like your eyes, like you get a sense he knows of your guys' reputations and is a little intimidated.
As he should be.
But he's after a little bit, peace returns.
Yeah, I have now my kind of trademark trench coat, and I'm like, I'm holding my cane. I'm trying to walk on it less, so I'm still kind of got a little bit of a limp, but I'm I'm trying to be less dependent on it. What you can see. So I have my trademark trench coat.
He's trying to keep himself strong.
Yeah, strong. Yeah, and I've got my studded leather armor on, and you now see like this special pair of goggles I've had for a while that kind of help my investigations.
Okay.
So this gnome whose name you have not yet gotten,
I'm not gonna ask.
Yeah, I know. You and names.
Yeah. I probably would. I'd be like, so sorry, we didn't catch your name and all the hubbub. What was?
Sorry. It's Sarek.
Sarek.
Yeah. Sorry. And he sort of what? Sorry, what were you saying?
How long you been working for the Rochman family?
I mean, my dad sort of like worked for them before, and I've kind of grown up there. I've just started working. It's
family business. Yeah, gotcha. Taking care of them.
Yeah. Sorry.
You're okay, son.
And he sort of just turns and starts leading the way. But you guys know the city. You know where you're going. He leads you to the far end of the main entry hall, where there's a large staircase leading up. But it's giant-sized stairs. So they've cleverly converted it. There's actually a good amount of natural light that gets into the entry hall as part of, just it's an entry hall, and there's a lot of art. You want light. And so
sorry.
They've actually built they've built terrace farming on the stairwell.
Oh.
And it's basically irrigated through man-made streams that, are small waterfalls from stair step to stair step. And created a humanoid-sized stairwell in the middle, that's sort of built in with a switchback-style ramp, snaking up the center. And this leads through all of where they grow most of the food for the actual city. But at the top of the stairs, they converted the last 2 stairs to kind of like a barricade, as the upper floor is the rich district of the city.
Okay.
It's a bit of a hike up.
I'm getting a little winded.
Yeah.
I will like politely, but not like with no pity, but very politely like offer my arm, like not like you can lean on me, but like politely offering to be your escort, and also you can lean on me.
And also.
Oh, how courtly. Yeah, I'll take you up on that. And I kind of loop my arm through. He's a fairly humble guy, so he'll take whatever help he can get right now.
Pat, pat.
Sarek will look back and he'll be like, "Sorry, I didn't know.
You're good.
You're good.
Good.
Should have gotten a card.
Good.
I'm sorry.
It's fine. I need to rebuild my stamina anyways. It's okay. It's good.
You should never feel bad about doing what you have to do.
Exactly. This is your job.
I should have gotten a cart though, or a coach or something. Sorry. And continues up the. Does it seem like you're having particular issues with the stairs?
It's more just like I probably can't. Probably after like maybe 15 or 20 steps, I kind of take a sec, go up a few more stairs.
After the first couple flights, because the flights are like flatten out to where the actual like sloped switchback is.
Yeah.
And then there's another setup to the next level. He'll actually start taking you up the slope, so it's not as like laborious on your leg.
That's better. I appreciate that.
Because he catches that you're having particular issues with that.
Yeah.
You get to the top of the stairs. Sarek flashes his paperwork proving that he belongs up here. And you are brought into the rich district. And you're led over to the end of the hall, of what would be the hall. But a tunnel has been carved out of it that seems to wind up at kind of like a corkscrew. It's a bit of a journey. Especially with Peace's injury, it probably takes like 45 minutes to an hour of walking to get there.
Sorry, I haven't done this much walking in probably like 6 months, so
You don't need to apologize.
Well, I appreciate that. I know this is making for a longer day, but
No.
I'm hoping that whatever they've got is good.
Even without your injury, it would have taken probably half an hour to 45 minutes for this walk.
Yeah.
Like it's a distance. And this right now the tunnel, this corkscrew tunnel, is kind of roughly hewn, but it looks like they're starting preparations for like finishing work on the tunnel to make it like an actual like nice entryway. But he leads you up into a carved out cave, for lack of a better word, that the Rochemont family had built for their convenience.
Mm-hmm.
Being Aarakocra and liking to fly around, they wanted somewhere that they could literally just fly out and over the valley and
More
into the
dollars than
mountains
cents.
and yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if they even understand what a copper is anymore.
Great. How much can a bunch of bananas cost? $100?
Pretty much. They're those people.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck these guys.
A little indulgent for my taste, but oh well. I make sure I'm out at earshot, like, for the kid.
Roll a stealth check.
Oh,
Because it's
come
funny.
on.
Because it's funny.
Oh, there we go. That's a dirty. No, that's a 22.
All right.
Oh no!
Oh
And
no!
Michaela's gone. There
Marcella!
she is.
Marcella!
Oh no, Cody is me! Okay. We fixed it.
Marcella!
Marcella!
He does not seem to notice your comment.
Cool.
Unfortunately.
Yeah, I just kind of whispered to my escort and probably Tito, who's probably like leering right over there.
Yeah.
We
It's
share a private
interesting.
giggle.
It's interesting, despite the like aura of mystery and the curiosity everyone has toward Tito, like he just fades into the background sometimes and people just don't even really notice he's there.
Yeah.
And so like you don't even realize you're like, oh yeah, Tarah, and you talk to Tarah and then you kind of catch out of the corner of your eye and you're like, oh right, Tito's here too. You just kind of forget.
I kind of like try and turn politely to like make sure that you know that I'm talking to you too, but didn't realize you were there.
But you are led through, you are led past artwork and miscellaneous finery, and led to a main basically the main sitting area, as it were, where you see a Loxodon fellow. Yes, it's a menagerie up here. A
The elephant in the room.
menagerie. Yes, you find the elephant in the room.
But we're not going to talk about him.
There is a very large and imposing figure. Elephant head. He's an elephant man. He's a Loxodon. He is dressed to the nines, though. He looks decked out. His clothes look super fancy. They're, exquisitely tailored suit and like fancy, pristine white gloves. And he's kind of standing there, looking around and shouting orders at people. There seems to be a little bit of a buzz here. People are going about doing miscellaneous tasks, and he seems to be the one in charge. Sarek sort of scuttles over to him and like gently pulls on one of the corners of his suit. He's like, "Sorry, so the like that's his communication." And he's sort of like,
how old does he look?
Yeah. What?
How old does he look?
The gnome kid?
Yeah.
Or the Loxodon?
The gnome.
He looks probably about. Gnomes are hard to tell.
Right. Does he? I guess
it's
not in numerical age. How old does he look as far as like maturity?
He acts pretty young, but he does look older than you would think based off how he acts. But the Loxodon slowly turns around. I'm glad you've arrived. The lady is indisposed right now, which I will tell you about shortly.
So she brought us up to talk to her, and she's not even gonna show up?
Well, did you say talk to her? And he's like, sorry, I didn't.
My bad. I assumed.
She has requested your presence, but she is not fit.
You see how I would assume then? That I would be talking to the person who wants to talk to him.
He was supposed to tell you that you'd be talking to me, but he did not. And he's obviously like shielding his gaze and like looking down at the floor and like kicking his feet a little bit. Shrinking more than a gnome.
Oh.
And so the Loxodon says, I am Thras. I am the master of the house here. I oversee all of the goings on. And his trunk sort of readjusts a vase on the table next to him while he's talking to you.
Interesting.
You were brought here because the lady is very ill. She has been afflicted by something that we have not been able to define.
I'm assuming you've already had a look at it?
Yes, the personal healer and arcane specialist on staff has taken a look, and has narrowed down what the cause is, and has devised a potion that would cure her, hopefully, of this malady.
Oh, well, that's good. So, what do you need us for then?
Well, you see, several of these ingredients are only found within the valley.
Can I-
Interesting.
Can I do something interesting? Can I use my channel divinity of read thoughts to make sure this dude is on the up and up?
Sure.
Yeah.
How does this work?
Um,
Do
let
I get
me
a save, or is
I
it
get
surface thoughts are free and then it's a
let
save?
me get the specific details on it. I just need to do this whole cleric
Can
business,
I,
but I believe
in the meantime,
it's surface thoughts.
I believe surface thoughts are free, and then
Yeah,
deeper thoughts you can probe and get, and they make a save.
can I, in the
Yes,
meantime of
so-
getting these details, roll a generic insight check?
Sure, go for
Same
it.
here, actually.
Yep,
Never
illegal
mind.
too.
go for it.
That's a
Never
5.
mind. As an action, choose one creature you can see within 60 feet of you. The creature must make a Wisdom saving throw. If the creature succeeds on the saving throw, you can't use this feature again until you finish a long rest. If the creature fails, you read its surface thoughts, those foremost in its mind, reflecting its current emotions and what it is actively thinking about when it is within 60 feet of you. This effect lasts for 1 minute, and then
Okay.
if they fail on it, I can then use suggestion, and they automatically fail the suggestion spell.
Oh.
Unfortunately, he got a 17 on his save.
That's fine.
Mm.
I
That's
also got a
unfortunate.
17 for insight.
What was Tarah's insight?
5.
Okay.
Oh.
You're distracted by the just ridiculously obtuse displays of wealth around here.
Oh yeah, I hate it.
Like, it is gauchy as fuck. Like,
You talking like gold toilet seats?
yeah, like the
Indubitably.
vase is probably made of diamond. That vase is probably made of diamond. Like,
What the-
tacky, like,
Super gaudy.
yeah,
Okay.
like real pricey
Yeah,
stuff.
like even I'm kind of like looking around, like, this is just so much.
Like, it's one thing to be uncomfortable around wealth, it's another thing to be angry. I'm angry.
You're starting to steam.
Tara,
yeah.
honey, you need-
And this is not particularly uncommon in terms of the extreme divide that you see. There are literally people starving, and then there are people up here who have diamond vases.
living in Aspen.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that's not uncommon in this area, or in this city. But you spend most of your time helping out the people on the lower floor,
Little guy.
the commoners and stuff like that.
This feels kind of weird.
You occasionally get jobs from some of the richer people, but most of them have their own people that they pay to do stuff because they have so much money. So you're mostly helping out the common people. But yes, so your 17 insight gets you that he's definitely very well practiced with how he phrases things and the words he picks, but you don't feel like he's being dishonest.
Okay.
You don't pick up on anything that doesn't make sense or that rubs you the wrong way. It's just you understand. You've noticed how the words he picks and the way he phrases things. You're like, yeah, that's practiced. Not the phrases, but like he's high. He works high society. He knows how to talk to people.
Yeah.
The right things with the right people.
Everything's like calculated.
Exactly. So yes, he says the ingredients they need are in the valley itself.
Oh, all right.
Mm.
What in particular are they seeking for this? And
Well, Sunilk, our healer, has said that we require a flower called the Umber Lily.
Umber Lily, I think I've heard of that.
He says that it is a very difficult flower to find, and it only blooms under very specific circumstances. He's unsure as to what those circumstances are, but he knows the difficulty of obtaining this flower. We also need some arc shard.
Mm.
A mineral found in the Blackbone Hot Spring. It's a little tricky to actually extract, but it's should be relatively easy to obtain. And the heart of a forge worm queen.
The heart of
Okay.
what?
That one's
Again?
The flower is an umber lily.
Okay.
And then the last one's the heart of a forge worm queen.
Delicious.
If you are not aware, the forge worms are a type of worm that live in this valley. They, through some sort of innate magic, are able to heat their bodies to levels high enough to melt stone and metal. Hence their name.
Mm.
Very little is known as to the actual queens, but they are. It's believed they're hive mind type of creatures, kind of like bees or ants. It should be relatively easy.
what do I know about these kinds of creatures?
About the forge worms specifically.
Yeah. Would I know that like what he's talking about is accurate, or is this like some kind of bullshit that they've made up in order to try and make it seem okay what we're doing?
Roll a nature check.
Oh, of course, it's the one skill I didn't pick and rolled like garbage. Nature, that's a 6.
Okay. You can also roll an Arcana check.
Oh, bless you. Okay, hold on. Fucking knowledge to make cleric, and I rolled a 2. So
Oh.
I got an 11 because I basically have expertise with Arcana.
There are creatures that possess innate ability to heat themselves. In a mountain range where there could be volcanic activity, it seems plausible. Yes, most of these should be relatively easy to procure, just except for the valley itself. But you are quite capable people.
Forgive me if I'm prying too much. What are the symptoms of your mistress's malady, if you don't mind?
We do mind, indeed, actually.
Right.
We don't want that information getting into the wrong hands. We do have a very important reception tomorrow at dusk. Well, shortly after dusk, but and we have a very important guest arriving. We'd really, it would be a great boon to us if you could retrieve these by the reception so we could have Our Lady make an appearance.
And you couldn't
As
have
he's
tried to talk to
talking-
us earlier than today? It's kind of a short time frame.
Yes, well, she only fell ill last night,
Fair, fine.
and
Fine.
it took us time to determine what it is and what we needed.
Fine.
Can I roll to see if he's lying?
Roll an insight check.
18?
Ooh.
Ooh, spicy.
Maybe.
He doesn't seem to be lying, but he is definitely hiding a lot of shit.
Mhm.
I see.
But that's to be expected because rich people care a lot about appearances.
The maids
Okay.
know everything, etc., etc.
The fact that they're going to an outside source for help in this issue means that
They
it's
don't want anyone to
it's
know.
pretty well that, and it's pretty desperate for them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like there's some. This means a lot, or they
Hmm.
would have, or they've. He might also be lying, and they might have known about this for a while and tried their own people, and their own people didn't return.
Or
Actually,
we're
I-
expendable, maybe.
That's all.
That's also a possibility. There's a lot of unknowns here as to
Okay.
why they're picking you, but he does seem to be genuine that they don't want people to know.
So,
I'll say to
sorry.
him. Well, I appreciate the work. Why were we specifically asked? I'm sure you all up here in this neck of the woods definitely have your own connections that you would probably be far more familiar with and comfortable with. So I'm just curious as to why we were picked for this.
Well, you were picked because you're very knowledgeable. We wanted to make sure that there was someone that we could trust to retrieve the correct flower and the correct mineral and know how to extract the heart of the forge worm queen.
I raise an eyebrow at
properly.
Tito. Like, do you believe this shit?
You seem like
As
Claw's
for
kind of flexing it out.
as for the other two, though dangerous creatures are not plentiful around here, they make good bodyguards for you. Both of you are probably some of the most capable people in the city, and we want the best.
I'm rolling an insight check on that shit to see. He's just trying to.
Go for it.
Oh yeah, that's good. That's a 24.
Woo!
Yeah.
Spicy.
It seems like he considers you some of the best people in the city for this job.
Okay.
All right.
I hate to be
Do you all?
forward.
Oh, sorry. You go ahead, Tarah.
Sorry. No, go ahead.
No. I tap your hand, I tap your arm. You go ahead.
All right. Well, I hate to be forward, but what sort of compensation is offered for a job like this? What?
Well,
You can't expect us to do this on patriotism
of course,
and loyalty.
of course, we wouldn't dream.
Right.
For peace, Our Lady and her house has quite a good amount of literature stored up, as well as some funds that could go toward enhancing your temple's profile and capabilities. He sort of eyes you up and down a little bit and says, and of course our healer, Sanilk, would be glad to take a look at your malady. As for Tarah and Tito, I believe is what they call you. Is there anything you desire besides pure money, which we have plenty of?
No, I think I noticed.
And as he's talking to you, like he's like walking around the room, like adjusting paintings and like dusting little things, like he's busying
Multitasking.
himself. He's
Yeah.
multitasking.
Mm. He's fidgeting.
He also seems like he's actually doing it because he thinks it needs to get done.
Mm-hmm.
He's the master of the house, and they have a big reception coming in. So,
Is he kind of like
Right.
OCD about it? Like, he's just
oh
going
yeah,
around, like,
but
He's
that's part of
doing
the
the
post.
things that the scullery maid should be doing, like.
Well, he would be yelling at someone, but he's currently busy talking to you.
Right.
So
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
he's just getting it done.
He's fidgeting.
So
Anyway.
when he asks that, I'm not gonna respond.
He's not surprised by that.
Okay.
He's kind of been looking at Tarah for this, not you.
I suppose, what is your house willing to offer? Hard numbers.
Well,
Tarah has been burned
straight
by these contracts before.
to business, I see.
As always,
Well,
operated.
We could help out your father in his work, get him some more business. We could offer you just money. How
Numbers.
does 180 platinum sound to you?
Make it 210 and we have a deal.
Oh.
You can afford it.
Roll a persuasion check.
Yeah.
That's cocked. That's worse.
Oh God.
It's okay. It's 15.
Oh,
It's not too bad.
that's not bad, yeah.
180 and help for your father, or 210 and it's yours.
What sort of help? I mean, he has a thriving
Sending
business.
him business.
Hmm.
Upgrading his tools, his workshop. Getting him more higher-end
180.
clientele.
180 and an exclusive deal where he will be in charge of the acquisition and maintenance for armor for the ladies' guards.
Very good.
Excellent.
Oh yeah, one
I
thing
expect
about
that in
Tito.
writing.
Of course.
One
Thank you.
thing about
And-
Tito is like he's not really interested in money. Like, just note that.
It's up to you to speak up if you want something.
Ooh.
And as a note, if you are able to obtain these ingredients in time for Our Lady to make an appearance, you will be granted a bonus.
Do we get to know this bonus, or is this something that's going to be a surprise on your part?
Sounds like
If-
surprise.
It's more fun as a surprise, but if you want to know, I can tell you.
You know the house that I run. I usually like to know things up front if possible.
We have some unique gems that hold some power, some arcane power.
The soul stone.
The Soul Stones. Yes.
Really
The Reality Stone, the Time Stone.
Yeah.
No. They're not fucking
Damn
giving
it.
you...
That's what Tito wants.
Yeah. Power.
Um,
The true villain.
Yes. We just fight Thanos at the end.
we have,
God.
quite a few magical trinkets. We were intending to let you pick from our vault.
Interesting.
Well, I know I speak for myself in saying that I think that all sounds very copacetic with the goals of our shrine. What say the two of you?
So I'll pipe up once, and I'll say, "That's where my interest lies."
I'm amenable to this.
All right. As I said, shortly after dusk tomorrow is when this reception will be arriving. The sooner you can get here, the better.
Understandably. Do you all have a contract so we can have all this
Yes.
for ourselves?
He will snap without even looking. He'll just snap behind him.
Like dads do in the back of a car when the kids aren't behaving. Yeah.
Stop it. He just sort of does this. And he's. It seems to be like a specific pattern of snaps. And a very demure-looking sylph woman comes scuttling out from a door that you didn't really notice was there.
Fucking rich people houses.
Yeah. And comes over to like the little table by the couch, and rolls out a piece of paper, fills in a couple spots as to what the actual agreements were, and
So
then
she was
signs
listening
for the
whole
house.
time, or?
Yeah.
Cool.
Signs for the house, and then hands the pen or points the pen like as if handing to Tarah.
Okay, I know.
Can I do a quick read over to make sure that there's nothing that's gonna fuck
Yeah,
us?
I will wait for him. Like, you probably reach for it. Like,
you grab the pen and you go to put it to the paper, and he kind of like butts up next to you and like just pushes the pen gently to the side and starts reading it over.
Yeah, I will pull down my goggles and I'll press a button. I'll press an arcane rune on the side, or divine rune on the side, and it'll flash. The goggles will flash blue. They kind of have like an almost eagle-like pattern on them.
So
and
cool.
I will activate my eyes of minute seeing to investigate this if that's the role you would like to do.
Roll with advantage.
Ooh.
All right, so for that, investigation, that's a 23.
Okay. It seems pretty legit.
Yeah.
I
kind of pull your. I give you the. It's good.
Okay.
You do notice
Mm-hmm.
a stipulation on the vault section that it's from a specific vault. And you kind of gather it's probably because it's like the vault they have the little bit minor level magic instead of like their big shit. Because they're not just gonna let you pick anything you want from anything they have.
Right, that's reasonable.
Yeah, all 316 or something like that.
That seems too good to be true.
Yeah, damn it.
But yes, so
I will.
And it has wording for like, and each one of you gets one thing from this vault, or if you want, you can pool it to get a thing from this vault instead. So like you can, if you are amenable to it, one person can get a nicer item, or you could all get your own smaller stuff.
Okay.
Do you all sign?
Yeah, I'll sign it.
You sign it.
So, would you have voiced that for the magical vault? It's like we either get like one big thing or we get small things, and it's from like a kind of like minor kind of magical vault. Would you have voiced that when you read it? I
would probably have been like, I probably would have given you a thumbs up and said, they have a specific vault that they are having us pick from if we manage to pull this all off before dusk tomorrow. So, is that cool with you two, or is that going to be an issue?
No, it should be fine with that.
So, Tito, once again, is interested in money. He's interested in magical items. So, he's kind of a bit sad once he heard that. So, he's going to see if he can bargain so he could take one item from, like, the higher pooled one. Otherwise, I don't think he's going to sign it. So, I'll voice that.
how are you just like?
How do you
How do you voice
bring
that?
this
I'm
up?
I'm gonna go over to Tarah and like kind of tug on you, and then like
And
kind of
lean
like
down.
reach up and like whisper, and then you're just gonna hear like, and then I'm just gonna be like, hey, I want something from the bigger vault, otherwise I'm not gonna take this job.
What if?
That'll be my compensation.
So you don't want any money at all. You just want something from the big vault.
Yep.
Okay.
And then we go back to normal.
Resume.
Okay. So, stipulation. Friend here,
Yes.
Tito here, does not want any money of any kind. What he wants is something from the bigger vault. Is that possible? To replace
Yes,
their financial compensation with that.
based on our understanding of your actions within town, we were under the impression you worked as a pair, so we could reduce some of the value of the cash in order to upgrade
That cash
magic
was
item.
between the two of us, not.
It was we had assumed
No.
that you were a package
Tell you this.
deal.
Tell you this. I give up because I don't necessarily want. I don't need any items. He can have a better item, a better thing, something from a better vault, and I won't pick one. Can we make that deal? And then
roll a persuasion.
Oh, fuck me.
You got it.
14.
If you accept 150 platinum instead of 180. It is still an incredibly large sum of money.
Oh, I'm not going to be keeping it. Fine. That will be fine.
The adjustments are made, and a deal is struck.
Yeah, how much money was it that was going directly to the church, and like, does it specify which tomes I would be getting out of this deal?
It's sort of a similar deal with picking magic items from their vault. It seems like they're of course they have like first edition incredibly rare books. That's not what they're offering.
Right.
They're offering still rare relatively rare stuff, but like
Are
they probably would have
to
put
keep it or to like be able to access that
so
library?
No, so basically what it is, you're getting they're going to foot the cost of increasing the size of your temple to basically double the size. And they're also going to they're donating like 400 gold and then another 700 gold worth of value of books from their library.
Okay.
So you can divide that between more common stuff or a couple very rare tomes or whatever.
Sorry, one last amendment I want to bring up. How about I won't worry about my gem or any of the magic items. I'm really more about just helping the community and making sure that everyone is on an even playing field. So how about I'll give up my magic item potential, that will go, and the nicer item will go to Tito, and then we'll just work it that way.
Okay. Sounds amenable.
Yeah, and then you restore the full amount that was going to go to my friend Tarah here of a 180.
Okay.
So basically the original contract.
The original contract, but Tito gets a nicer, shinier item, and I get the books, and
agreed.
Perfect.
Thank
we
you.
wore them down. Yes.
We wore them down back to the original contract. Yes. I feel so accomplished.
Eat the rich.
You guys,
Teen
you guys signed the contract,
180 platinum guillotine.
and yeah, you are released from his general vicinity as he starts going back to ordering people around. And Sarek is sent to lead you out. Yeah, he leads you to the door. He's not going to walk you all the way back down.
Yeah.
But there are a couple. He will have a couple guards escort you to the front gate of the upper floor.
As soon as we get to the outside the gate, I'd just be like, "That was fun. I like Ruffles. He doesn't have feathers, but I like making him squeal a little bit. That was fun."
Make him see a mouse.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, you look like you've seen a mouse.
Oh, that's my
quotes from other games. All right. So, is there any preparatory work you wish to accomplish?
See.
As our roleplay so far has taken a little longer than I expected.
We gotta get
these characters are good.
What do you expect with us, Blake?
And these characters are good.
You
fucking know me. God.
So prep, I guess I would probably summon my familiar.
All right.
What is your familiar?
Yeah.
It's a raven.
Just a regular ass raven.
Yep, cat and a bird.
Cat and a bird.
You every so often when you're hungry, and then it just poof it back later.
Oh my god, no! Oh no, I love my familiar. We coexist.
What's your familiar's name?
Oh shit, I didn't think of a name.
What?
Not all familiars have names, said Candlewick.
Not all sorcerers have names, apparently.
Yeah. They're the nameless duo. You can't name the Raven.
Actually,
you can't name the Raven.
That was
what did you sign the contract with? How did you sign the contract?
I think I may have signed it as Tito, because that's what he called me. I was gonna sign it as whatever he called me.
I think he accepts that because colloquially and within the law of the city, you would probably be known as Tito.
Yeah, so I'll just sign that. That'll be my alias. I'll sign as.
You've officially adopted the alias.
I'm glad I had that influence on you. I'm glad we're friends. Tarah just signs it TG.
TGD.
They also had people watching and validating, so
yeah, like
not like it actually matters.
I'm not trying to weasel out of the contract, but
I know.
You know.
Prep work.
When
I don't know if we're just walking back to our abodes and then getting our stuff together and then eventually leaving, or if we're just going straight out.
Up to you guys. You know there's a time limit.
I say we probably would want to start as soon as possible.
Yeah. I would probably just either, if my shrine is on the way past on our way to the first possible location, I'd want to stop there, grab some incense, and I'd want to ritually cast Divination.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah. And I would want to ask the knowing mistress, actually, I would probably, if they're with me, I would just say, is there anything you want me to ask the knowing mistress before we leave?
The fuck is that worm queen thing? What the fuck is it?
Okay. So I'll create a small a small circle that I can sit in with divine celestial runes inlaid throughout, and I'll light a bit of incense at the corners, I guess, of the circle at 4 different places, and I'll light them all up. And I will appeal to the knowing mistress and ask, what can you tell me about these what are they called?
Forge worms.
Forge worms, thank you. What can you tell me about these forge worms and anything that we might need to know in regards to any issues we might have with them?
So, divination.
Mhm.
You ask a single question concerning a goal, event, or activity to occur within 7 days.
Yeah. Okay.
You could ask, for example, because it's a goal, you could I would allow, like, asking where to find.
Yes.
Where we might encounter them.
Mm-hmm.
I would allow something like that.
Yeah, I'd probably do that. Where would we encounter these forge worms?
You will have a vision granted to you.
Mm-hmm.
It feels like you are being pulled through the stone and earth of the mountainside down into a cave. And this cave is glowing. With an orangish red light. You with that vision you get a general sense of where an entrance to that area might be.
Okay. Well, I have a lead on the worm. If we want to try and hit that up first. Otherwise, I at least have an idea of where we need to go for when we get around to it.
Do we know where we're going to find the rest of the ingredients?
I was only able to ask her one question with this casting.
You do have books.
I do have books.
You are a smart man. I'm asking you, not the knowing mistress. I'm asking you.
Yeah. Let me go. Yeah, let me go talk with Ilamir and see if maybe he can dig something up. I'm going to take a quick minute and go through my archives and see what we got. And I'm going to, I don't know if this is smart to do or not. I'm going to go ahead and use my other use of Channel Divinity, and I will use Knowledge of the Ages, and I will take Nature for one of my skills for 10 minutes.
Ooh.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Very good. I think that's an excellent use of that ability.
Same.
Yep. So I'm going to gain proficiency with that, and I'm going to start digging through my archives and just seeing what I can find in regards to it.
All right. While you're digging through books, are the other two of you doing anything particular? Or just kind of chilling?
Does anyone need any, weapons or armor or anything I can borrow from my dad? He's just down the way.
Oh, I've kind of had to adjust my fighting style a little bit, so I got to be a little bit more nimble with. I can't hit nearly as hard as I used to, but I think I'll be okay with what I got. Thank you, though.
Are you sure? I mean, he doesn't just do heavy shit. I mean, I do the heavy shit, but he doesn't just do. He's got like little knives, and he actually really likes to make the little knives. He can.
Oh, I'm sure he can do a lot more. He's done really great stuff every time I pass by the shop. So, no, I think I'm
to get into like inlays, like with precious metals. It's so pretty. Sorry.
Really cool.
I'm just proud of my dad. Okay.
He's a good man. I always appreciate talking with him. I've learned a lot about metallurgy from him, and just when I'm bored, I've had a lot of downtime, and just being able to just talk to people has been nice.
You should come back over for dinner. We haven't had you over for dinner for a while.
I know it's been a minute.
So Tito,
anyway.
Are you doing anything?
So I'd probably just be summoning my familiar. As we're having this conversation, I'm just kind of like off in a corner somewhere, and like with one claw, I like start scraping like some runes on like the floor. And I'm just kind of chilling there for like 10 minutes as they're having this conversation. You see like some shadows kind of coming around. You hear some whack shit. But this is kind of the norm.
Some whack shit. Okay. Okay.
Specifically whack shit.
Yep, whack shit.
Yeah.
The technical term whack shit. Oh,
No!
Tito's gone. So Tito
No more
scratches
Tito!
runes into the floor and then disappears in a puff of smoke.
I have hard
Sounds
black
about right.
tentacles.
Anyway,
Oof,
all right,
hentai
Cody.
Yes.
Cody, I
Yes.
need you to roll me a nature check with advantage because of your library and your assistant.
Nice.
Ooh.
Let's get it.
Okay. I thought it was double 16s, but it's a 15 and a 16. So in total, that makes it a 21.
Ooh.
All right.
Ooh.
Here is what you learn about
Okay.
your prospects.
Hit me with it.
You're gonna die. No, I'm kidding.
Yep.
Umbra
Say we let
lilies.
Fraser, I say we let the bird bitch die. So just letting you know.
Umbra lilies. They only bloom at dusk. They're found, and you need the flower bloomed for its healing properties to be
What time is it
effective.
right now?
It's probably about 1 in the afternoon.
Okay.
We have to find that today.
Yeah, so dusk.
There are some other requirements for them for an umbra lily to bloom.
Mm-hmm.
You got a 21, you said?
I do.
21, you say?
I'm sorry. Actually, that's a 22, in fact.
A 22. Well, that gives you everything.
That's it. I see into the matrix.
Yep.
All know.
They you now know what plant you're looking for too, like what it looks like when it's not bloomed.
Mm-hmm.
For an umbra lily to bloom, it needs freshly spilt blood.
That checks out. Fresh.
And some sort of magical source of light or darkness.
I can provide that.
Sounds so badass.
This is a very metal plant.
Yeah,
So
that's the
cool.
goal. The arc shards. It's a mineral that is found in a hot springs. The mineral solidifies and sinks to the bottom when exposed to electricity.
Okay.
Hence arc shards.
I understand.
You know where the Black Bones Hot Springs is. It's very close to the edge of the zone of madness, as it's called, but it's not actually in. The Umbra
Zone
Lilies,
of madness.
as it's colloquially
That's
called.
metal as fuck.
The
like a
the
laser
Umbra
tag
Lilies you
arena.
will only find in the valley where you will be possibly dealing with some of those effects.
Yeah.
The arc shard is very hard to recover, to extract, because if it's disturbed too much, it will redissolve back into the water. So you have to be very careful with extracting it, and it settles at the bottom of the hot springs. So it's not like it doesn't wash up on the edges where it's easy to get.
Blink,
Of
blink.
course. As for the forge worms, most forge worms are about this big.
Oh.
Not too big.
Okay.
They're like a few
Okay.
inches. They travel in kind of like schools of fish. They travel in
Ugh.
large packs, burrowing through stone.
No, thank you.
Areas infested with forge worms tend to appear very porous, almost like it's igneous rock, but Swiss cheesed.
Okay, if we ever
alright.
get famous, I never want art of this moment ever. Ever.
Um,
Ever.
Make it happen, chat.
No.
but
Do
but
not
the
draw
holes
it, no.
are perfect. The holes are like perfect
That's
because
worse.
they heat the stone and then like consume the melted stone. So it instead of like marks of teeth, it's
This
a
is
perfectly smooth tunnel.
I'm just thinking of Indiana Jones, like the last Indiana Jones that came out, where people are just getting eaten by ants, giant ants. That's what I'm thinking
This is my hole.
right now.
These worms I've had in my head, not in my head, but the concept of these worms I've had in my head for quite a while.
God,
I
they're
think,
taking
I
over
think it's super cool.
That explains so much.
The forge worm
Punworms.
queen. The forge worm queen is similar to like a bee queen or an ant queen, where they're the ones producing the workers. Typically in an area where they lay their eggs, protect them, and rear them.
Okay, gotcha.
There's legends, because you rolled really well. There's legends that forge worms, areas where forge worms are present, especially around the nest, and in the actual body of the queen, diamonds are pretty common because of the intense heat that they create. If they inhabit an area where there's coal deposits and stuff, they will actually forge diamonds. So there's that.
Okay.
Yeah. That's what you get. You rolled really well. It's like
Cool.
it was your
Nice.
thing as a knowledge domain cleric or
It's
something.
like people come to me for this shit, so.
It's almost like that's your job.
Yep.
Damn. Okay. All right.
Pretty dope, right?
Dope.
Jiggity dope.
So,
Alright.
you gather that you need to find this lily first.
Yeah.
If you're done preparing, I'm assuming you grab supplies to stay out for an evening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Not expecting to stay out more than one. No reason for that phrasing. You venture forth.
Yeah.
I mean, Tara's prepared because, like, anything
I know.
can go
I'm messing
wrong.
with you. I'm messing with you. I'm assuming you're also getting like a cart or something to expedite travel a little bit.
Hey, Dad,
down
can I
into
borrow the
valley.
car?
Basically.
Yeah.
But yeah, you can easily obtain between favors, family members, friends, and money.
I know a guy.
Obtain travel. And so you make your way down the path, the little relatively short switchback down to the main pass into the Ash Valley,
Mm-hmm.
and onward into the valley itself.
Yes.
Now the fun starts.
Oh god.
Yeah.
What have we
Oh no, he's got paper now. Oh, we're gonna die.
done?
We're fucked.
It says
So-
dead.
DED.
Dead.
Dead.
That's dead, baby.
Blake and I are the same person.
Yep, we are. So, as you enter into the valley, I'm assuming Tarah and Peace are making idle conversation, while Tarah is keeping an eye out because, I mean, all of you probably are because it's kind of your general vibe as a group anyway. Yeah. As individuals, you're
We're
alert
very
people.
observant. We
I
just
am
named
as
2
well.
feats that I thought about getting and didn't get.
I took it, don't worry.
Okay, cool.
Um,
I took observant as one of my feats. Yeah, I've got observant and keen mind. So I remember that
Yes.
thing.
You make your way into the valley. You notice a couple points where some creatures, mostly normal beasts, Sometimes like a stray, like ogre or something along those lines kind of spots you, but you make a lot of noise. You basically scare them off.
Okay.
You don't encounter
Get
you
outta
don't
here.
you don't encounter anything scary enough to validate actual combat.
It's not our goal.
Yeah.
We're very
Yeah.
goal-oriented people.
Anyway, so you begin cresting into the actual up to the edge of the valley where the road ends. It tapers off as you're getting to the edge of the colloquially called Zone of Madness.
The laser tag place, yeah.
The laser tag place. Yep. Just
He's gonna
laser
kill
tag.
me just
Yep.
for that.
Just laser tag.
I just imagine a bunch of wizards going in there and just like doing minor illusion at each other and shooting like lasers.
Let me pull up my.
I mean, like little magic sensors on their chests and shoulders.
My
You have to
God.
walk all the way back to
Yep.
Base or
No, it's straight up magic missile. Like they're trying to kill each other.
Yeah, probably.
To
Wizard
this
battle.
madness.
My God.
Pulling up
I
the
cast a
madness.
giant little magic missile. I
Um,
cast shield. It does nothing.
So, the trees here are relatively unique wood as well, which is why the logging is also a decent export.
Mhm.
It's not like amazing wood, but it's got a pretty unique like grain and tint to it.
Okay.
It's got almost this like
It's not Purple Heart, but
Ash-
it's nice.
it's like a cross between Purple Heart and Ebony.
Okay.
Like it's like royal purple, navy purple. It's navy purple.
Okay.
Mauve.
There's more than one throne made out of it somewhere.
Yeah. You probably wouldn't make a full throne out of it, but
Detailed.
it's definitely a very It's something that you would do a layer on and then carve that layer and do basically a carving out of that wood on top of whatever you want the detail on. It's a very soft wood, so it's not structurally useful for a lot of stuff.
Fair enough.
What is your marching order as you enter the forest? No reason.
Tarah's first.
Tarah's first.
I want you to know, this is a momentous occasion. I always play casters. I'm always in the fucking middle. I'm first! I get to die first!
I know, it's so great.
Oh, don't worry, I
Congrats.
target casters.
I would probably be in the back, I think.
Okay. Me being the crippled guy for the time being, I will be right in the middle for the time.
You're setting the pace.
Yeah.
It's not super dense, so you could be less of a formal line. If you wanted, you could be pretty side by side
Okay.
if you wish, and then Tito like a few paces back from the two of them.
That sounds about right.
I am like turning back like fairly often just to check
Checking.
on Tito.
Yeah. For no reason whatsoever, I need all of you to make charisma saving throws.
Bitch! How?
No reason whatsoever.
Sure.
Bullshit! Bullshit, I say!
He said it was saving.
Charisma saving throw.
Okay, I got a 12.
Okay.
Oh, it almost was good, and then it wasn't. 8.
Okay.
18.
Okay. Good to know. You continue into the forest. I need someone to man a survival check.
Fucking sure?
Probably not me.
One of the few skills I did not take, so.
Yeah.
1, 2, or 3.
2.
I don't trust you. Someone else.
3.
3.
Thank you.
Well, Like, your dice are terrible
That's
anyways.
cocked.
You're...
Ooh.
See?
I mean, it was
Good
cocked the first
Science.
time, and that usually means whatever I roll after a dice is cocked is gonna be bad. Like,
I feel that.
I hate that.
Usually, but this sounds like
But-
it's good.
This time, it's a 23.
Yay.
Oh, hell yeah.
Nice. So, chatting on the ride as you do.
As you do.
Peace communicated before you got to the forest, kind of what you're looking out for, what
Mhm.
sort of areas in the forest the umber lily would grow, things like that. And your general just awareness and focus has helped you out here as you start to pick up on signs of the type of environment you would find one of these lilies.
Mhm.
Yeah, typically displacer beast tracks tend to be in proximity to them. Like, that's usually when you know you're kind of close.
Okay.
Um,
Whale
about
spiders.
an hour and a half before dusk, you come across a clearing in the forest. In the middle of this clearing is a small basin, a small depression, that seems to
A
have
small depression?
collected some. Yes, a
Why
small
is it
depression.
depressed?
Why are you so sad?
It's
It
me at
seems
least
to
once
have
a
collected-
semester.
seems to have collected the rainwater from the most recent storm.
You know you love me.
And sadly, I love all three of you, and I
Yay!
cannot prevent it.
It's on the internet now.
I know.
It's on the
That's
internet, which
why
means
I
it's
sighed
canon.
and closed my eyes to say it.
It's
Um,
canon.
So,
IRL canon.
sprouting from the bottom of this depression, in the very center, where there's probably like 3 feet of standing water, a single dark stem is protruding from the water, about probably a foot and a half above the water, the edge of the surface of the water, and has a couple of branches or stems, I guess, splits on the stem. This seems to be what you expect an umber lily to look like.
This looks like the money. This looks like the trick right here.
So we have to wait for dusk?
How
And
far
then-
are we until dusk?
He said like an hour.
About an hour and a half.
And how big is... You said it was about 3 feet deep of water. How, like, wide is it?
The actual depression itself is about 5 feet or so in diameter.
Okay.
It's like a pretty steep, like,
Mm-hmm.
Anything
dip.
sus about the water?
Are you approaching?
Shit.
Beware the smiling DM.
I know, it makes me scared.
Would I
No,
have-
that smile
would I-
means Blake's full of shit.
I guess I would approach. I'm not gonna touch it. I'm just gonna kind of look at it.
Okay, so you're gonna approach and sort of lean over, and look at this pool of water.
Yeah.
You see plain water, but you see a reflection in the water that you don't see what is causing the reflection.
What does the
It's-
reflection look like?
A moon. A moon in the sky. The reflection of the water seems to be the reflection of a night sky, and it is not night yet.
Interesting.
So with that information, I'm gonna step back and start ritually casting detect magic.
All right.
Yeah.
Good.
Good call.
Oh, good call.
Since you got that covered, I'm gonna since I hear you chanting that, I'm gonna go ahead and drop Detect Good and Evil on the area
All right.
I'll take it.
and just start sussing out if there's anything very strange, especially because I saw Tito kind of jump back from the water and immediately start.
Are you
like,
ritual casting too, or are you just casting?
I'm just casting it. I don't. Oh yeah,
Okay.
I don't know if Detect Good and Evil actually has ritual for it. I think it's just.
I don't
Detect
either.
Yeah.
I don't
But
know.
I'll just drop it and not worry about it. I'll just drop the spell slot.
Okay.
Drop that slot.
Drop that spell slot.
So I think right now is a good time to take a short break.
That's terrifying. No, that's scary.
I'm
Okay.
so
We will be
stressed right
back
I'm
now.
biased,
at
though.
what time, Blake?
Scared but ready.
Are you
Scared
scared?
of
Are you scared
what?
enough?
have
And we
every
are
reason to be
back,
scared.
everybody.
We
Nothing
are
to be worried about.
Nothing at
Never.
all. We're not terrified. It's fine.
Nothing. No worries.
No
Don't
worries.
worry.
Be happy.
I'm not happy now.
Didn't you hear
So-
that? Happy, be happy.
So, upon Detect Good and Evil is not ritual castable. Upon casting Detect Good and Evil, or Evil and Good technically is the spell name.
I know.
I know. It doesn't matter.
It makes me angry.
You sense no evil.
Yeah.
Oh.
See no evil, hear no evil, do no evil.
Yes. It seems
Yeah.
like this area is clear of celestials, aberrations, elemental, fey, fiend, and undead.
Good to know.
That leaves some horrifying options.
This place and or object has not been magically consecrated or desecrated.
That's good to know.
After 10 minutes of ritual casting, detect magic, you detect magic.
Oh.
Oh,
Your
God.
compatriots have magic items on them. Also, this flower does seem to have a very faint, low level continuous magic aura about it. This is something that you've seen before in objects and creatures that have a natural magic to it, like just a base magical quality to it. It's not of a particular school, it's not of a particular, like, it's not an enchantment or anything that has been placed here. It just seems to be part of this this flower's unique magical essence.
Okay. Got you.
But very good to check.
Yeah.
Just wanted to be on the safe side.
That's the sign of people who've been playing for too long and never trust anything they see.
Or the sign of people who have played any number of sessions with me as a DM.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This guy, this motherfucker.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So,
I had to check where he was on the stream camera to
just for
he's
that.
above me
okay.
in Discord and he's below me.
Anyway, so
Did it work?
So,
No, it didn't.
Oh wait.
Damn it.
Oh wait.
it,
There we go.
okay,
Which direction do I
so
have to go?
No,
Okay, I'm sorry.
no,
I'm sorry.
I'm
So-
not facilitating this.
You're not-
you have a couple of prerequisites to meet in order to get this flower to bloom.
Dusk, fresh blood,
Darkness
magical
or
light or
light.
darkness.
Yep.
Not magical light and magical darkness, magical light or magical darkness, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Correct.
I can provide darkness. I can do that.
In my research, did it indicate like if it made a difference whether we did if it did it create something different if you did darkness versus light? Or did it just say?
It didn't say anything about that.
Good
No.
Okay,
point.
gotcha.
With a 25, but you didn't get a 25, so
Oh my.
Why didn't you roll
Like, just-
3 better?
Nickel and diming me
Come on.
Nickel
That's
and
this game.
dying.
here.
nickel and dying.
Nickel and-
That's the episode
So-
title, guys. Nickel and dying.
Nickel
Yep.
and dying, I like that.
So, Dusk, you take a short break. If you wish to if you get anything back on short rest that you have expended, you may do so.
My channel ability's back, yes.
You see at a couple points during your short rest, a displacer beast or two stalking you, but they do not come close enough to be a threat. Everyone, please roll a charisma saving throw for me.
God.
Bitch, again?
No big deal.
Again?
Uh,
What if I don't fucking want to?
I got cocked.
It's not. It's fine.
Okay.
Tito,
I got a 23.
nice. Peace.
Oh.
21.
And
Oh.
Tarah.
15.
All right.
Not bad.
Could be
good to
bad.
know.
All right.
Dusk approaches and begins to settle on your small camp. As dusk begins, you see from the distance, from a distance, whatever distance it happens to be that you are from this pool of water, you see the reflection in the pool change to that of dawn. It seems like there is a sunrise within the reflection.
I
okay.
understand.
Yeah.
Done
See?
fucked up.
Cool.
I understand.
I'm clever. So, Dusk is here. What are you doing?
I can do blood and I can do darkness, unless anyone else wants to do. And I'm like holding a little dagger.
Oh, that really is beautiful what your dad's been working on. I really appreciate the
Right?
craftsmanship.
See? And
I see it.
well, he's getting this one for my birthday.
God,
Look
that
at
was
it. It's so
perfect.
I
pretty.
go and I just kind of like touch the side of it to see how sharp it is, and obviously it's. Yeah,
You prick your finger and a small drop of blood.
Oh well,
forms.
I guess it's.
Nice.
And I will drop some of my.
It seems like it needs a little more blood than that.
Hmm.
All right,
I can do. I'm beefy. I'm fine.
all right. I might hold on to a little bit more of mine just to be safe.
Probably a good idea. And I.
Yeah.
All right, Tarah,
Please.
please
Oh,
take
God.
7 points of damage
Ouch.
Oh.
worth of
Ouch.
bleeding yourself into this pool of water.
A very specific number. Why would that be, GM?
Don't worry about it.
Interesting.
So-
Interesting.
How much blood? Like 7 points? That's a lot of blood.
It
then.
takes a second.
30.
Um,
Yeah.
From your reading, you know what it looks like when there's enough blood. So you're basically like just standing there, seeing her cut her hand and go like this and go, needs more.
Yeah.
Is it like changing color or anything, or am I just sitting here
Yes.
watching blood drip onto an inert plant?
No, so it's going into the water, and the water begins to change. Like the sunrise in the reflection is orange, and it turns from that orange to blood red. So it looks like the pool
Okay.
becomes a pool of blood,
Okay,
Cool.
of slightly
fucked up.
glowing blood.
That's
Yeah,
fucked up.
dope.
Don't worry. I read about this. I brought cookies in case you get like a little bit lightheaded.
I
got
don't
some
like
orange
this.
juice.
You have cookies.
I don't like this. Okay.
It seems like it has it. So the plant then the color seems to start moving up the stem of the plant, and you recognize that's enough blood.
Okay, I'm gonna. Ugh.
And then you need one more circumstance here.
All right. You got the darkness for it.
I can, and I through my tiefling features,
Yep.
cast darkness.
All right. You cast darkness on the centered on the plant, and you see it's really interesting because normally when you cast darkness, it is a sphere of impenetrable black.
Mm-hmm.
When you cast it, you see it's almost like black glass with a little light bulb on the inside.
Oh.
And you see a slight glowing coming from the center of your darkness spell.
Okay.
And after a minute, the darkness, the dome of darkness, begins to shrink in and coalesce around the top of the plant where the stems branch
Interesting.
off, and that glow is still inside. But the glow is getting stronger and stronger as the red color of the blood travels up the stem. And then the darkness seems to materialize and spread out into petals
Well, that's so
with a
dope.
bright
That's
yellow
so
center.
cool.
Holy
Yo.
fuck, dude.
That's pretty
Um,
I am
badass.
stealing that for my game. I'm just letting you know.
Like, whoa.
Shamelessly stolen.
Dude, the whole
The-
party is watching this show. That's our entire audience.
I know.
all the all the actual visuals and specifics of this I came up with like on pretty much on the spot. So
I'm so proud of you.
Damn.
I'm learning. I'm getting
are
better.
Good.
I had the idea of like the duality, like the reflection of the opposite time of day, but I didn't really have a lot of specifics. So
Yeah.
So
Cool.
cool.
I'm pretty happy with that. That turned out really well.
Yay.
You can easily harvest this flower now that it has bloomed.
Yeah.
I
Collecting.
will let him do that.
I gotcha.
Yeah. Have with your 22
Mhm.
nature check from earlier, you know exactly how to harvest this without damaging it and keeping its magical properties intact.
Cool.
Good.
Alright.
As soon as you clip the actual flower from the stem, the water clarifies back to its original watercolor. The reflection is actually dusk now instead of dawn, and then the water just begins to recede slowly down as if it's being absorbed into the ground.
Interesting. I don't.
You have
Trust
accomplished
that.
your first goal.
Yeah. I was like, I'm hoping that's.
Yay.
Yeah. It's,
I was
it's not
so
really
hoping when he paused and said, the water does this. I'm like, oh god, something's gonna jump out of it and try to fucking eat us. I don't trust you.
So
I know better, Blake.
Scared.
you reckon that if you want to travel in darkness for a little bit, for like an hour or two, you could get to the Black Bones Hot Springs tonight.
Mhm.
Do you wish to do that, or do you wish to camp?
Does Blackbones Hot Springs seem like the kind of place we would want to sleep? Or is a clearing in a very pretty part of the forest seem like the place we want to sleep? Out in the open? Maybe not out in the open. Creepier? Less creepy. Pros, cons.
Well, I mean,
I don't mind creepy.
Oh,
Tito.
I got that from you bringing
Tito.
your Raven friend down. I saw that. Yeah, scratching my wood floors. My acolytes working on that.
Your temple's getting revamped
It's
anyway.
fine. We're good. I'm not a
remodel coming up.
yeah.
So, what would you like to do?
Do we know the hot springs to be like a nice location? Are we talking like Glenwood Springs kind of hot springs, or
Yeah.
Like
kind of dicey? Like you can go in, but you might
Are we coming out?
have your body melt away kind of hot springs.
no one has. It's not like there's
It's not a vacation
anything
spot.
built there. Yeah, it's just a hot springs. It's not populated.
Gotcha.
I mean, there are rumors you've heard, but nothing substantiated.
Okay.
known enough, but not a lot of people go to it because the only way to it is through the valley a little bit, which is dangerous. So.
And it's dusk. Knowing how the Valley Light tends to operate, I say that we should probably I think we should probably just hunker down for the night and
Fair enough.
try and just get up as early as we can in the morning and try and get there. Fuck.
Sure.
So,
I don't like that smile,
you camp
Blake.
for the night.
Me either. I'm really afraid.
You camp for the night, taking shifts
I'll take the
for
first
your watch. I need all of you to make charisma saving throws
Fuck you!
with disadvantage.
Fuck you!
Dude, you don't even need disadvantage from the roll I just got. Oh.
Hi.
I'm slowly
Yeah,
ticking down
okay.
here.
Hot garbage.
14.
8.
7. Actually, no. 8 for me.
Hey.
8.
All right. Tarah.
Tarah.
You're taking the first watch.
I am taking the first watch.
You're aware of the displacer beasts that you spotted earlier.
I am aware of the displacer beasts.
They don't bother you.
They do not bother me.
It seems like this clearing, for some reason, they aren't a big fan of it. You don't quite know why. But
That
you can
makes
guess it
Tarah
might have
worry.
something to do with the flower that you just harvested. But partway through your watch, your companions begin to toss and turn a little bit in their sleep. I need to pull up this table here.
Oh God.
Oh God, not a table.
Oh, it's probably the madness table. Is what
No!
Yeah.
No!
Fuck.
No!
God.
I need the two of you to please roll percentile dice.
What if I say I please do not want to do so?
Yeah, I refuse.
No!
60.
All right. Oh God, which dice should I roll for this?
I need to make notes here.
I'm so scared. I don't know.
You got a 16? You got a 16?
60.
Oh, 6D.
Oh wait, should I roll the ones to have the tens, or do you just want?
Yes.
Well, the ones and the
I
tens.
lost all my dice. I'll be right back.
I need the ones too.
Okay. 61%.
I don't trust this. I don't like this.
61. Different result.
Oh fuck.
All right. I rolled a 14.
All right. So you look over, Tarah, and you see, Tito begins thrashing in his sleep.
Tito!
As you
Try to wake him up.
as you approach and you kind of shake Tito, his eyes open, and
You okay, man?
you are hallucinating very vividly. Not about, like, you don't see Tarah as anything dangerous, but you see crazy shit going on. You see, like, explosions in the background, and you see random, like, you see a tiny dragon, not like a baby dragon, but like a dragon this big.
Like a fully grown
Flying
dragon
right in front.
the size of a dragonfly.
Yeah, flying right in front of your face.
Oh my god.
Yeah, that's what Tito sees.
Tito, you okay, man?
So I'm gonna like stand up and start like backing up. All, like,
whoa,
freaked
whoa,
out.
whoa, whoa, whoa! It's okay. What's going on?
Oh god. I'm probably gonna cast. I think I'm gonna cast darkness around myself.
Okay.
Tito!
And Tito disappears into darkness.
Yeah, that's perfect.
Tito literally casts darkness. It's great.
Yeah.
So-
Perfect timing.
Oh,
When you cast darkness,
that's an episode title.
you-
Tito casts darkness.
you can't see these hallucinations anymore.
Okay.
But you're still hearing hallucinations, so you're still hearing things like explosions and whispers and crazy things going on. So you just kind of hunker down in the middle of your darkness, like head down, just like trying to pretend that nothing is there and hope that
Yeah.
nothing sees you.
Yeah,
Um,
if I can't see it, it doesn't exist. Bro.
Yeah.
That's how the rules work. We don't make them. That's how.
Yeah.
We don't write the rules.
Tara,
Yeah.
as Tito casts darkness, and then gets very quiet,
Tito. Tito.
but you can still hear like breathing and like slight movement, but
Mhm.
Can I try to find where he is and like?
Tito's not not responding immediately, but you do hear peace. You hear a gasp, like a sharp intake of breath, like and you're kind of toward the edge of darkness because Tito backed up and then cast
Right,
darkness.
yeah.
So you kind of take a couple steps back and you're out of the darkness. You look over at Tito and he is still. Like still.
Are his eyes open?
Yes.
Hey, hey! And I like kind of try to like, I'm not slapping him hard, but just like trying to, hey, are you okay? What the fuck? And just kind of like slapping his face.
He doesn't seem to be breathing.
Oh fuck! Can
My
I try to like
God.
medicine check or something and like try to stabilize
Yes.
him or?
Yeah, just roll a medicine check.
Okay, that starts at a natural 19, so fucking skills. Ugh.
He is paralyzed.
21.
He's paralyzed. What you thought was him not breathing has just become a very, very shallow but like rapid, like barely maintaining breath. He will be fine, assuming this paralysis ends.
Okay.
Assuming. Oh,
Okay.
come on.
Okay, buddy. Can you
He's already
blink? Can you
crippled.
blink at me? Is that a thing you can do right now?
Paralyzed, completely paralyzed.
Fuck. Okay. You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be fine. And I like cup his face. You'll be fine.
I'm so glad you slept here, guys.
Oh fuck. Okay, Tito.
So
I go find Tito.
after like 10 minutes of just scrambling, trying to figure out what is going on and what you can do, both of them slowly like come out of this haze.
Okay.
Tito stops hearing things that don't exist. I don't know how long darkness lasts,
I
but
think it's a
probably
minute.
about, yeah. So, but you closed your eyes, so the darkness dropped, but you're just like, you didn't realize it. You're just like huddled up,
As soon as I
hiding.
can see Tito again, I'm like, hey, buddy, hey. And I'm like making sure, even though he's got his eyes closed and can't see me, like knows that I'm approaching, and then just like put my hands on his shoulders, like, it's okay.
So then, like, I like look up a bit and I have like the big like kitty eyes, like
Can you describe what's happening right now? What's going on? What's just like trying real hard to like, can you tell me what's happening right now? I don't know what's going on.
Did you hear any of that?
No.
Did you see it?
No, I just
the
saw that
dragon?
you
The
what?
fire, the explosions?
What?
Peace, you're awake because you were paralyzed and had breathing issues, and now you're no longer paralyzed.
Did I have sleep paralysis where I started seeing demons and shit?
No, you did not hallucinate.
Oh, thank God. That was
Yeah.
Oh. Oh, thank fuck you're awake.
Yeah.
What fell?
A pencil or a pen or something is what it sounded like.
I know, now I'm all paranoid. I'm like... Okay.
That was...
Peace. You recall from your studying that the Blackbones hot spring is outside of the zone of madness.
My goodness.
Just barely, but it is.
That makes more sense.
Okay. We're packing up camp and we're not sleeping here. Okay? Okay.
Alright, that sounds good. Yeah, my entire body was just like not listening.
Do you want
I forgot, we're like right by the valley.
This is a question with no dignity and there's no good way to ask it. Do you want me to carry you?
Maybe.
Okay. Let's pack up our shit.
Just help me get up, and I might be able to get myself from there.
I'm going to carry you. Okay.
Okay, that's fine.
And I.
So,
Yeah.
you travel in the dark with some form of light, I'm sure,
Yeah.
to Blackbone's hot springs.
Mm-hmm.
As you're getting close to the end of this journey, I need everyone to make a charisma saving throw.
Fuck you.
Motherfucker.
Damn it.
This time, not with disadvantage.
Good.
Oh god.
You know what?
16.
Charisma save. Wait, what was it? Charisma or con?
Charisma saving throw.
Natural 20, so 24.
Nice.
Nice. I got a 10.
All right, Tito.
Oh no.
I need you to roll a percentile again.
Oh my.
Oh, okay. I need to start looking up some shit real quick. Oh no.
76.
All right. Again, at the very bottom of a bracket. So, this is the first time someone has been awake and been affected by this. You feel a little odd. It feels almost like a pressure at the back of your skull. Before your mind sort of breaks a bit. You suffer from partial amnesia.
Oh.
You know who you are, and you retain your racial traits and class features, but you do not recognize other people or remember anything that happened leading up to this moment in time.
Oh no.
Shit.
Everyone
But I don't
roll
know
for
shit.
initiative.
I don't know shit. We don't know shit.
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm just gonna kind of get up, cause we're packing up camp, right? Or are we walking?
We were already traveling.
You're almost to
already
the
traveling.
you're almost to the hot springs.
All right, I'm just gonna kind of stop in my tracks and just start looking around.
Tito?
Tito, are you okay?
That's not his name. The perfect person to have. That's not his name.
No!
Yeah, so I don't even know who you guys are. I'm like, okay, and who the fuck Tito is. So I'm gonna start trying to go back home. I'm gonna turn around and start walking off.
Where are you going?
Tito, where are you going?
Who are you guys? Get away from me!
Whoa! And I will set peace down. Oh,
Thank
hey!
you. Yeah,
You know me.
Yeah.
Who?
Tarah? You know, I lived in your house for like a month.
No.
Yes.
I don't think you did.
Yes, I did. You
Peace?
saved
No.
my life. Come on.
Yeah, no, you actually helped me a lot with taking down a gang. That was actually a really bonding time for us.
And why would I do that?
Because you're kind of amazing and get the stuff.
I love how you're completely normal now. You're just talking what the hell?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
No, wait.
I shouldn't be here right now.
Where?
I'm
Hey,
gonna start
hey.
Kinda
Where do you
picking up
think you are?
pace.
Where do you think you are?
In a really creepy forest.
Do you know what this place is called?
No.
Do you
I
know
don't know what you're called, or he's called, or that's called. I point at my familiar.
How did you get here?
The Raven looks upset.
Yeah,
How did you get here?
How would I know? Did you guys take me here? Did you steal me?
Do
No,
you
we-
remember anything? Do you remember anything? What year
What
is
am I
it?
supposed to remember exactly?
What year is it?
I don't know. Fantasy year XX.
You don't know what year it is.
I like to
Yeah.
imagine
You
your
have no
character
clue.
just says
Yeah.
fantasy year XX.
All right.
Be like,
Okay.
I gotta go, and you guys need to leave
Dude.
me alone.
No,
Do you remember
no.
what your name is?
What do you mean? Do I remember what my name is? Of course I do.
All right.
We get to point. Sorry.
Then what
No.
is it?
Oh god, oh fuck.
I'm not telling strangers that.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, why do you
I had
know?
to help out.
Fucking, come on, Blake.
I had to help out.
It's totally
It's funnier. It's
yeah.
funnier if we don't know.
You totally
Exactly.
name blocked us right there.
Yeah.
Name
Fucking
block.
asshole.
So I'm gonna be like, okay, you two need to leave me alone so I can get back home. I don't know who.
Okay, how do you get back home? What direction do you go?
Through there, and I'm gonna start just walking through this forest.
Bullshit! And I grab him by the hood.
Alright, I
will
I'm
cast.
not gonna like that.
I'm gonna cast Hold Purse.
Oh,
Wisdom
God.
saving throw, please.
Saving throw.
This is Tito with the mask all over again.
Oh, damn it! You guys are lucky. I only got a 3.
Yes.
No. Oh my.
He freezes.
All right.
Kidnapping me. I'll be like,
And
help,
I
help!
think you take that opportunity to pretty much just like tie him up and take him with you.
Yeah. I
Okay.
think this is still the zone, edge of the zone of madness. I think that once we get out of here, maybe his memories will come back. But sorry, I panicked and that was the best option I had.
No, you're fine. You're fine, honey.
All I hear from you is,
Are you good? Are you good for a bit? I'm just gonna
Yeah,
carry
no,
him,
I
and I
got
just
this.
like
I got
heave
some adrenaline
Tito
going
over
through
my
system
shoulder.
right now. It's kind of exhilarating.
Can I like not move at all?
You can't
with this
move. You
spell?
can't talk. You can't.
Holy shit.
You're paralyzed. You can't do anything.
I can't talk either.
No.
You can't do anything.
No.
Can I like frown?
No, you
Move
cannot
my
do
eyes. I
anything.
Can't even move my eyes. I can't.
Your entire
frown.
body is paralyzed.
Oh, you
Yep.
can't even blink? No.
No.
Oh, that's worse.
Dude, my eyes are gonna get all dry.
Um,
no.
You probably have like eye drops because I have the same issue where if I have kitty eye drops. So
You come back every couple of minutes and give me some.
I just feel like, hey, you're gonna be okay. We're just gonna get down the zone of madness.
Oh my god. Wait,
I just
Um,
like
for
heave you
the
over my
sake-
shoulder, fireman's carry. We walk out.
Yeah.
For the
Think,
for the
correct?
sake,
No, wait.
you can think.
Can I? Ooh. Okay.
Mm.
Since I can think, and since I'm a sorcerer, my
Mm.
sorcery points, and since I have subtle
do it.
spell without any visual or audio components, can I cast magic?
Let me check. Let me check
Okay.
the wording.
Tito, this is for your own good.
I think you guys are literally kidnapping.
I know. I understand it. You're all wrong.
Oh boy.
Oh my god.
I guess I'll have to go to sorcerer.
Yeah, fact check me, but I think I might be in the good.
Oh, please be in the good.
Oh my god.
No.
Subtle spell. 1 sorcery
Yes.
point to cast without somatic or verbal components. As long as it does not have a material component, you can cast a spell.
Oh fuck.
Alrighty. So I'm going to use subtle spell. Let's see. I think I'm
Who?
going to cast. Let me think. Ooh, that'd be
I've given you
Where
kitty
you guys
eye
standing?
drops.
Someone has me over. Tara, is that you? Having me over the shoulder.
No, Peace is carrying you. Yes, it's me.
I mean, I'm just making sure. Peace, where are you standing?
I'm probably like, I'm not going as fast as Tarah, even though she's carrying you. Like, I'm probably.
You're behind Tara putting kitty eye drops.
You could just like close her eyes.
Yeah.
So okay.
But after a little bit, she'll break from hold person and could open her eyes at the very least.
Mm.
All right. So I think I'm gonna cast fear on you. I'm gonna look at you. Well, I'm
On
gonna,
me
like,
or
if
on
you're-
him?
I think I'm only gonna be able to get one of you guys with me.
Yeah.
So probably
From this angle, it would be peace. Would be
Peace.
the only
Yeah, I'm gonna cast
viable target on
fear
that.
on peace.
I believe it's a wisdom save, yeah?
Yes, it is. So 14
Ooh.
is the DC.
God. Okay.
This
That's
is not what I expected.
good. That's
Oh,
a nice.
no. Damn it. Okay.
You recognize that she tried to hit you with magic, or he tried to hit you with magic.
If Tito's still frozen, I'd be like, again, we're not kidnapping you. We're just trying to get you out of this area so you stop going crazy. And I'm gonna try and like close your eyelids so you can't actually look at us to cast more magic. Your other side. Well, that was almost disastrous.
What did he do?
Tito just tried to make me. I don't know what he was trying to do. He's trying to cast magic on me.
What the
That's
fuck,
a
Tito?
very
What the
that's a
fuck, Tito?
very interesting loophole though, because paralyzed
Uh huh.
doesn't say anything about can't take actions. It just says you can't move or speak, and if you don't have to move or speak to cast the spell, you can cast a spell.
That's broken as shit.
That is an interesting
Well,
loophole.
that's only
Yeah.
broken if you have that one specific feature,
If
True.
which
you're a
is
sorcerer
just
with
that's
subtle
not
spell.
broken. That's just clutch.
No, that is super clutch. Like,
Yeah.
That's hilarious.
Oh, that's funny.
You could like wrap his head up so he can't see
Yeah.
and
Well, I
limit
won't
spells that
see where
way.
you are, but I can still think. I'm still
Yes,
pretty
but-
freaked out.
But most spells are require line of sight.
Yeah. Though I think, yeah, because I only have, so it's only for a minute. So how long,
Oh,
how much
okay.
do we have until we are at the edge of the zone? If we're over closer to
It's more than a minute. You would have to do some sort of mundane
yeah.
barring.
I'll just, wait, hold on. I think I've got a thing for this. I pull out like an eye mask and like some rudimentary like earmuffs. I'm just like, okay,
Sensory deprivation, kitty.
yeah,
Oh my
Oh, no.
god.
Okay.
take a quick nap. It'll be fine. Again, we are.
Do
I have-
earmuffs work if your ears are up here?
Yeah, I would assume that I have like they're like
It's
little-
for you. So yes.
That's
Yeah.
You're the same race. You're
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, no, they're like little cones, and there's like a chin strap.
That's adorable.
Oh my god, my game. It's gone.
Not
Okay.
yours anymore.
Blake, what did you
So-
expect?
And then
And you guys say that I caused havoc. Anyway,
This is all
Uh,
payback.
so yeah, I kind of expected that. You are sufficiently restrained from being able to cast spells.
Damn it.
You are kidnapped and held against your will,
I hate
and
this.
brought to a hot springs,
Oh my god.
for a nice relaxing bath.
Yep. Those cats love baths.
When you get there, it is a cave. Like it's sort of not like fully in a cave, but it's like a half of a dome, a hemisphere, I guess. Under an overhang, essentially. There's this bubbling pool of water. It seems like you have reached your destination. As someone who has adventured here, probably the person who named the place and managed to return, has hung a pair of blackened bones at the top of the the right above the dome that this hot spring sits under.
I see.
It's the Black Bones Hot Spring.
I see.
As you get outside of the zone of madness, as it's colloquially called, you still have amnesia. It doesn't go away.
Fuck.
Holy shit.
How
long am I restrained for? I'm still sensory, just blocked.
Until they decide to.
Wow.
They had enough time enough time and availability while you were paralyzed to sufficiently restrain you.
Damn. Okay. How long have I been restrained? Has it been hours? Has it been?
No, it's been like 40 minutes.
Okay.
All right. When we find a spot to settle down at, I'm gonna I'm gonna just say,
Do you
I'm
have
gonna-
anything that could maybe help with the? Because this is magic shit, right? You do magic shit.
yeah, I'm gonna pull up the eye mask for a second. Like, Tito, do you recognize this yet?
So I just like how I look really pissed off.
Yeah, he's. Not...
Yeah, Tito's still not with us yet, so I might have something, but it's in the morning. I don't have anything right now that I could use.
Okay.
Yeah, I might.
Cannot
I'm gonna.
detect
Can I cast Detect Magic? And just try and see if I can figure out what this what kind of curse is plaguing our friend.
You can cast the spell.
Yeah. Yeah, I'll go ahead and I'll use a spell slot since we're settling down for the night. Hopefully.
It doesn't it doesn't register as a normal spell that can be
Okay.
dispelled.
Okay.
Does it register as something like a curse?
No.
Okay.
Question,
You
will I be able to
don't-
make Go ahead.
You don't know exactly what this is.
Will I be able to make saves at all for this?
Not against this madness now.
Oh my god.
Hmm.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm gonna sit down. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
This is a little bit of a pickle we got ourselves right here.
There does seem to be roll perception checks, the two of you.
Okay.
No, that starts at a 3.
You sure I can't use my passive perception because what I rolled was not better.
What'd you roll?
I rolled a 4, so 11.
Total of 8.
Nah.
Yep.
Oof.
Okay. I'll give it to you on an 11.
All right. Pity.
You notice. Yep. You notice off to the side.
Mm-hmm.
There's a crack in the wall of the stone here. And as you kind of look inquisitively at it, it seems like it opens up into a perfectly square room that is completely empty.
I'm gonna go take a walk real quick and see if I can suss it out. I might go see what's the deal with this room over here.
Don't do anything stupid.
Well, that's what my assistant always says, and I don't always listen.
Call for me if you need me.
All right. And I'm gonna, since I have a little bit of adrenaline still rushing through me, I'm luckily not using the cane as much right now. And I will kind of lightly limp over that direction.
Okay. With your passive investigation and your knowledge domain-ness,
Mm-hmm.
you very quickly recognize that this was a room carved with magic. It seems like someone probably used stone shape or something similar to that to create a place for respite. Possibly whoever discovered this place. Perhaps someone who's visited since.
Hey, Tarah, I think we got a relatively safe place to hunker down for the night for now.
Okay. Well,
You guys can find refuge.
Yeah.
Within this pleasantly placed pocket within the wall.
that alliteration.
And you can take
Damn.
and you can take a night's sleep.
Ooh, is this a long rest?
It's gonna be a long rest.
Long rest. Take long rest.
Where you are is out of the zone of madness, and hidden enough that creatures, other than small creatures, prey creatures that tend to go hide in crevasses and stuff, don't find you.
Excellent.
You have a pleasant night's rest.
Okay. Except for Tito.
Yeah, I'm still amnesiaed.
After a little bit, like, you're tied up, but you're still tired because your body has still been up all day and been through some stuff. You're tired. You're uncomfortable, but you managed to get a mediocre amount of sleep.
Okay.
you realize after struggling for a little bit that you can't escape anyway. So yes, Dakota.
Before we go to sleep, I do want to I'll take the mask off and I'll take the earmuffs off. Just kind of sit down in front of Tito. Okay. You don't know how you got here. You don't know how to get home. I'm just trying to help you. You walked here with us. We're going on a bit of a mission. You don't remember any of that, do you?
So I guess I'll shake my head.
Okay. You don't remember me.
I still really don't like how I'm tied up, though.
I don't fucking trust you right now, okay? I want to, but you're not acting like the person I know. And it's really freaking me out. We're friends, Tito. That's not your name, but you never told me your fucking name. Okay?
So I'm so gagged, right?
Yeah, I mean, unless you want to ungag,
I would have taken that off. I forgot that was
degag.
Ooh. Okay.
Listen. Please. I'm just...
I'm
if you
holding...
freak out and go away, and even if you freak out and run out into the forest, you don't know how to get home, okay? And we're not trying to hurt you. Just work with us, okay?
I mean, you did just kidnap me, gag me, and take
right,
away
because you were walking
my
out
hearing.
into the fucking forest, where people... It's literally the zone of madness, okay?
I don't know what you're saying.
I have ready the suggestion spell that as soon as I start hearing arcane words or get an inclination that Tito's gonna start spellcasting at us, that I'm gonna have a suggestion spell ready for such an instance.
you.
Yeah.
But
So
come
can
on.
you detect when I'm about to cast magic?
Unless you use subtle spell.
Yeah, if you use subtle spell, I got no fucking clue. But
I was gonna say. Okay.
Just
cast fireball on myself.
Just hear me out, okay? Just... Please. We don't want to hurt you. We just thought you were going to hurt yourself. We're friends. You don't remember me, but we're friends. I just want to get to a point where we can help you. But my other friend here, he needs to rest, and then he can help you. Maybe.
Yeah, I'm almost 40 right now. It's getting late for me.
So,
Tito,
Dakota, could you try and roll persuasion?
I was gonna say
Yeah.
if you want to do an insight check, and Dakota roll a persuasion.
Oh God.
What'd you get, Dakota?
I'm waiting for it. It's a 16.
What'd you get, Dakota?
It's a 16.
16?
I got an 8 for insight.
I don't know if that's good or bad.
She sounds crazy to you because
Yeah, I was
you've
gonna
never
say.
met her, but she doesn't seem to want to hurt you. So you, not knowing her, might be a little bit afraid that if you keep trying to provoke her, that she might get violent.
She's also
But for now, she's not
massive
violent.
and has a big fuck off sword.
Yes.
Yep.
So for now, it seems like as long as you just play along until you can find the right time to escape, it's better to just let it be.
Let it be. Let it be.
Let it
Really,
be,
could you describe
let
the
it
cave
be.
to me?
It is a perfectly square room of about 20 by 20 feet.
Mm-hmm.
With literally the entrance is a crack in the wall that's about that wide. Like,
Okay.
it was hard for a couple of you to squeeze in here, especially considering one of you is tied up.
One of us is in
Um,
armor.
Yeah.
Oh God. Okay.
It
so,
seems like you're in a pretty tough spot to get out of right now.
Yeah. Okay, I'm not really gonna say a whole lot, but I guess I'm just gonna kind of be compliant. My eyes are kind of darting around the room.
I'm
I
going
just kind of
to
sit there.
untie your hands. Okay? I'm trusting you not to do anything drastic. I want to help you, but you don't even know how to get home. Okay? We're your best bet.
I don't even know who you are.
Okay. And Tara's gonna pretend that doesn't hurt like shit. My
My heart. As
I
a
know.
person it hurts, but as a character, I'm like, oh my god.
It's okay. Just trust me, okay? I'll tell you a story. It's about you.
Just gonna sit there menacingly still.
For the sake of time,
No, she's not gonna tell the story. Like if he's glaring at her, she's gonna be fine.
you can set up a rudimentary camouflage and rustly alert system for the front crack if something were to try and make its way in, and you can
Or
get
out.
rest for the or out, and you can get your rest for the night.
Cool.
And before I go to bed, I'm gonna ritually cast. I'm probably gonna go with Divination again. That seems to be my best bet for trying to get a little bit more information. I'm going to light my incense to the same similar circle, and I'm going to ask the Knowing Mother in regards to the goal of trying to purge our friend of this malady. Do I have the spells necessary to do so?
What spells do you have necessary? Or what spells do you have necessary? What spells do you have?
So I was thinking for preparation, either dispel magic or remove curse. If either of those would do the trick for
You don't
this.
have
I also have
a restoration of any kind?
I have lesser restoration,
I'm
but
not
I don't
either.
know if that'll do the trick from what I've read.
Lesser restoration. Lesser restoration would work.
Lesser restoration work? Okay.
This time.
Okay.
is what you get. Is basically his mind is intact enough for now that magic of that power would be effective.
All right. All right, Tito. You have to trust me real quick, okay?
Is this in the morning?
No, I'm gonna do this before. This is as I'm going to bed. Actually, is Tito asleep?
Probably not yet.
Okay.
I'm probably I'm still restrained, right? I'm tied up, at least, right?
I think Tarah left you tied up since you were just
Okay.
glary.
Yeah.
And
So I just kind of
not.
flopped on my side, just kind of looking at the wall.
But
give you a
he's not.
pillow.
He's not asleep.
Yeah.
So what I'm
looking
gonna
at the wall,
So what I'm gonna do is, as I was doing my meditation, I have a very nice piece of purplish yarn that I like to play with, and as I fidget and think,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, So I'm gonna dangle this string right in front of your face, and as you're distracted, I'm going to boop and hit you with lesser restoration.
I like the fact.
I just kind of look at the string.
I like the idea that the somatic component for lesser restoration is boop.
Heals her boobs. Heals her boobs.
You boop him.
Yep.
And upon booping, you feel the magic push in, and you feel something push back.
Wait a second.
But it retreats.
No.
And Tito, you feel a little tingling at the back of your head, and you begin to remember who you are.
Tara's
So I'm,
already
like,
settled down to sleep.
Hey,
I
Tarah.
try to prop myself up, and I look down and I realize I can't really get up because I'm all restrained.
Tito, you with us?
Guys.
Can I make an insight check to make sure that Tito's not just bullshitting us and
Roll
is just
for
trying to
it.
get out? Okay.
Can I jump on that? Because
Smart.
I
Yeah.
wasn't asleep. I was
18.
sad. Bad. Don't worry about it.
How
7.
bad?
7.
Okay. Not bad enough to mistake it. To be confident about a mistake.
Yeah.
You both gather, you're confident, Cody, that he's good. Tarah, you're like, I don't know, the way he's been looking, he might be trying something, and you're kind of on alert.
He's trying
but
some shit.
but you're not convinced. You're just on alert. You're like,
All right. Tito, do you remember how you got here? You know where we are. You know what year it is.
Remember us trying to go get a flower? We got a flower. We set up camp. I started having
Tito!
hallucinations.
Hey!
Yeah.
I get up and I start cutting off the ropes.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't get over the craftsmanship of that dagger. I'm really gonna go visit your dad after this. This is absurd how much I like these daggers.
I
Like
thought
as
you
I'm
can
cutting
have one. You can have one. I'll get you one. We just have to do all of this first.
I want to patronage your dad. I support local businesses.
Off me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know me. I like supporting local businesses and trying to build up the community. That's my MO. So
Support
I'm
local
gonna
knife makers.
Yeah. That's right. Go to the Ren Fair.
Why was I tied up, you guys?
You.
Weird.
Does he not remember the whole time being?
no.
You kind of lost yourself for a bit.
You
So
I what?
yeah.
You kind of didn't remember who you were for a bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was not great.
You were literally trying to walk back into the fog of the zone of madness, and we decided that was not a great idea, so we stopped.
Yeah.
Walking back into the zone of madness,
Yeah, just like
you know, protecting you from yourself a little bit.
Oh, sorry about that, you guys.
No, you're fine.
Yeah.
You wouldn't
we're
respond
just-
to Tito, and that made me sad.
We're just glad you're back. That's all. That was worrisome.
Well, I'm sorry for anything I may have done or harm I caused you guys.
No, that's fine.
Yeah.
And where are
Tarah
we
looks
right now?
Tara's trying really hard not to look a little upset.
I kind of give you like a sly pat on the shoulder and kind of a knowing look.
Do I notice? Can I roll to see if I notice Tarah looks upset?
This is deception territory.
Roll an insight. Yep. Insight versus deception.
18.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know Tarah pretty well.
You know, I'm gonna go be on just lookout for a quick second, make sure everything's okay. I just kind of hobble away.
I could definitely tell she was kind of upset.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ooh. So
She's
I'm gonna
like
kinda
not
hobble
actively
over
upset
there.
at you anymore, but she looks like she was upset.
Oh, okay. What are you doing right now?
I mean, after I cut you free, I just kind of start to settle back down to bed.
Okay. Well, I'm gonna wait for you to settle down a bit, and then once maybe 15 minutes have passed, I'm gonna come over and give you a little pat on your head, and I'll be like, "Thank you for staying with me."
Yeah, always do though.
And then I'm gonna go back over to my little corner.
All right. You settle
One day
down
I'm
for an
gonna have to call
evening's
you
rest.
something other than Tito.
We'll have to see about that.
Yeah.
Okay.
I come back in, I say, yeah, it's pretty interesting though. We finally got to learn what your name was. That was fun.
And oh man, so my ears gonna I can't really blush, but
yeah.
I'm just what did I say?
I can't even lie to you. I'm sorry. we didn't get anything out of you.
I'm gonna throw a rock at you. Just...
That's fair. That's fair, I guess.
Go to sleep.
Yeah.
All right.
Sleep time.
Settle
Not every
down,
back.
sleep.
Boy, does our group love campfire time.
Oh my
Our
god.
group loves campfire time.
Yeah.
All right.
I'm still in that
So-
mode from yesterday from DMing, so
Oh god,
Yeah.
yeah.
Campfire time's fun.
it is.
We're all good role players, so it's nice. You guys get a good night's rest.
Yay!
Yay!
You have completed a long rest. Cody, does
Yes.
Peace cast a spell on himself before he goes to bed?
Does he cast a spell on himself?
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Or yeah.
Yes. He would kind of wait until you two. He thinks that you two have nodded off, and he would kind of pull his coat off to the side and like start working his leather armor up to the side. He would start casting Lesser Restoration on the ever-growing necrotic wound that seems to be coming from his abdomen area.
Just for the camera.
Yeah. As he just
Tara's asleep. And also
Yeah.
couldn't
I
do anything
know.
anyway.
It's just for the camera.
as he that's better. All right.
All right. Long rest achieved.
Hey.
Hit points reset.
Yep.
Nice.
Spell slots reset.
Hell yeah.
Channel divinities reset.
Yeah. So
We will end here for now,
Da, 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 da.
and we will have a part 2,
Mhm.
and possibly a part 3, and possibly a part 4 if the way this group works tracks.
16, and then we're still calling it a
Yes,
butt shot.
and then it's just, and then
It's
it's
a
a
campaign.
campaign. It's
Yeah.
suddenly a campaign.
Yay.
What do you
Um,
know? Doing to you
but-
what people have done to me.
All right, yeah.
You can
I got
follow
nothing going on, so
plug
Mhm.
time. You can follow my Twitter at @kingoffilm. For I will post updates if anything changes. But yeah, it's been lovely to game with you tonight. It's been excellent to have you all in
Nothing
the
bad
chat.
happened.
Nothing bad happened at all. It was all sunshine
No
and rainbows.
mysterious
the whole...
pressure in people's skulls.
I don't
Don't
worry
fucking
about
like
it.
that.
Yeah.
But Tara apparently is immune, so it's fine.
yeah.
Has not been affected yet.
Yep.
We'll see.
Yeah, no physical
But-
scars, just emotional ones.
But it's been lovely having you all. Thank you so much, and have a wonderful, wonderful night, week, life. I don't know. Come back next week, please. We love you all. Have an excellent evening.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye.